Generic silly intro has been interrupted by all the triggers. I mean, I'm not kidding. All of them. So this next video will have many, 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 many triggers. So please watch under your own discretion while we discuss Josh Duggar. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Typical like, share, subscribe things. Yeah, great. And thank you everybody for being part of this family. Normally I sit down and think about what I'm going to do, but today I'm just picking up and going. So thank you guys for being part of this channel. This is a little bit something different than I have done in the past because this is pretty bad. And I wanted to address this. So, like I said in my introduction, just throw all the triggers out there, everything. I mean, this is we're going to be talking about Josh Duggar, and this is horrific. This is horrific. So, today is April. What is it? April 30th. I don't know. It's still April. Yeah, tomorrow's May 1st. So it's April 30th. Yesterday, Josh Duggar was arrested by Homeland Security, and due to an ongoing investigation for the past 2 years into child endangerment. I mean, we could all look up this stuff, guys. Um, he is already a offender. He he abused his sisters when he was a child, plus two other nameless young women who have yet to be um, talked about. And I mean, for their security, I hope that it never happens because the sisters in the Duggars worlds were all outed with this terrible news very, very publicly, while none of them have ever had a chance to deal with it, and then they had to continue to live with their abuser. A few days ago, Josh Duggar's wife, Anna, announced that she was pregnant with their seventh child, a little girl. So, yeah, this is bad. This is really, really bad. And I just want to upfront say that anybody who has supported counting on 19 and counting or whatever, I'm meaning not people who watch the show because, you know, unfortunately that news didn't come out until much later when it was already a big thing. TLC, their parent company, everybody else is responsible for continually aiding this person and their family. This family is pretty horrific. And I know a lot of people really like the fundamentalist, and I don't understand why TLC is obsessed with shows for people who have, multi children and are in a cult. And I'm not gonna play nice here because we're just gonna say what it is, what it is. They're in a cult. And what they do to their children is disgusting. And of course, the cycle of abuse is repeated over and over and over again, and people are asking where Josh learned it. Well, you can't necessarily pull that out of thin air without having some sort of question of where he got that from. He was a child himself, or at least he was a teenager. I'm not 100% sure. But instead of dealing with the abuse, they sent him to some stinking camp and never got the girls help. So these poor children and these other nameless girls who are victims of his abuse had to just live and act like they're okay every single day with their same abuser in their house, and God knows what he did to them. Now he has 7 children and is living on his parents' lot well, about ready to have 7 children. What did he do to his own kids? And these are very valid questions. I'm not accusing anyone of anything because he's done it. And it isn't a big leap to believe that he would do that to his own kids if he did that to his own sisters and strangers. And of course, he had the whole, what is it, the Molly Madison thing happen where he was cheating on his wife. I mean, here's another thing, that his wife, Anna, is so brainwashed into this cult that she believes that she cannot leave her husband, who has multiple times cheated on her. But the fact that the FBI raided them, that they have been building a case for over 2 years for him having abusive and defiling pictures of children under the age of 12 in his company's laptop. And nobody knew what this was about. I mean, this whole thing, if you, I don't know, I love Fundy Snark, so I watch a lot. I like watch Funday Fridays and Without a Crystal Ball, and um, it's just, whatever. It, but they have known about this stuff for a very, very long time, and it's not saying that they knew what the charges were about. Nobody knew what the charges were about. Nobody. But the fact that the FBI has been on their tail for 2 years has been out there, but nobody knew why. Now, of course, people are angry and they're like, why did it take 2 years for this to happen? Yada, 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 yada. Guys, it's not as easy as what you all think it is. Okay. You have to build a case. If you can't build a case, then you're not going to be able to get the result that you want. It takes time. And unfortunately, this guy has been running free and doing whatever the heck he wants for a very long time. And while Ashley Madison, that's what it's called, while cheating with his wife on the Ashley Madison site is not illegal, it's disgusting. And it is immoral based off of their religious beliefs. And this girl is just taking this. Like, Josh Duggar is younger than me, and he looks like he is like, ugh, he looks disgusting, but he looks so old. And his wife, why? I know, and it's so easy for all of us to go, why? But she's a brainwashed child. And she doesn't have an education that would help her get out of this. And she doesn't have supportive people. They all want her to stay in this cult. So, of course, she's going to stay. And it's so sad. And I'm not a fan of the Doggers. I watched a couple of shows with my friend years ago. Actually, it was the weekend before that whole stuff about Josh Duggar and his sisters came out. The weekend before, I was with my friend in Iowa, and we were watching uh, 19 Kids in County, and I was even like, I don't really like this show. It seems like the kids are parenting. I don't know what the mom does, but the kids are parenting. And it wasn't my cup of tea. Not that I was, gonna say anything against it, because it just wasn't my cup of tea. However, you know, that same weekend that whole thing came out, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is why it rubbed me the wrong way. I mean, it rubbed me the wrong way for a lot of reasons, but I mean, these these people have a very scary situation. They are in a cult that teaches joyfully available to your husband, whether you want it or not. And they teach all of these people to be incredibly happy and kind and wonderful and lovely. And on the inside, what is it like? Are they ever actually to express their real feelings? Do they have real feelings? Do they have real education? I mean, I keep up with Jill Dillard, I think that's her name, just through other shows, seeing her deprogramming of the cult that she grew up in and how difficult it is for her, that there was so much in the world generally, like the general, I'm sorry, general stuff that she didn't know because she didn't have a proper education. And it really is, now she's pretty separated from her family because they allowed her abuser to be in the next room and they didn't let anything happen to stop that situation. And I'm sorry, Josh Duggar is a freaking demon. I mean, he's a disgusting, vile human being. Um, there's got to be something that comes out of this that's good, but I really hope that this finally dismantles the Duggar empire, because these people have made money off of child abuse, blanket training, uh, demeaning the wife, obeying a husband. And yes, there are some people who have religious beliefs. No, 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 I just can't do it. I can't, guys. I can't defend any of that because this is vile. And they really make women feel like they have no other choice but to stay in a relationship like this. And this is why Anna is in the position that she is now, pregnant with a girl, a seventh child, while her husband is in jail for child misconduct and images of children under 12. This is vile. This is disgusting. And there's no, this world is primed and groomed on them. They are groomed just as much as any child who is trafficked. This is just with religion. And their fundamentalist beliefs are highly dangerous. There's no consequences for people who are the abusers and no help for the victims. And unfortunately, most of these women are so uneducated and are so isolated from society that they have no other option that they are aware of. They would be completely shunned by leaving. And there's so many religious cults that are like this. So many. And TLC, you guys are definitely responsible for a good portion of this because you pumped money into this family. And anybody else who has ever pumped in money from this family, you guys are just as responsible for the continuation of this family. Bob Duggar is a vile human being, and his wife isn't any better. I can't even think of her name right now, but you guys are vile, very vile, and shame on you as parents and human beings for allowing your girls to continually be under the same roof as their abuser. So right now, and this is changing all the time, but right now, bail has been denied. But I think, but if he gets out on bail, he can't be around any minors, including his own children. Which, dear God, please keep him in jail and let some of those guys have a crack at him because this is federal. So federal means this isn't just something that you're going to hear in your local court. It also tells me that things have gone over state lines, but most likely international lines. And because I volunteer with trafficking and things like that to help victims, I understand how far this can go. So this could be a very, very deep, delicate process, which is why it took 2 years. And it sucks, but guys, if you want to, I'm sure they're busting more than one person here. This isn't just one person, but the amount of charges that they're going to bring up on him, bring fires of hell down on him. Please. Please do it. Um, so guys, if you see something, report it. Okay? Your gut feelings, your anonymity will be safe, but seriously, we all have these gut feelings for a reason. Our lives depend on these gut feelings. This is years of evolution that has happened to us in order to give us a better understanding of our surroundings and tell us when we are in danger or when other people around are in danger. Stay away from this person. You all have that feeling. You know what it's like. Listen, it is so much better to report than regret. And trust me, you do not have to leave your name. I want you guys to please check out Thorn, www.thorn.org, which is an organization that I work with, which is helping stop sex trafficking through the internet. And that is partially probably why Josh Duggar has gone down, is because programs that Thorn help out with. Check out your local VAP. Everybody has a different app. Mine in where I live is INVAP, but you guys should have one for your state. Download that information. It is very important to have that with you to stop the cycle of child abuse. It tells you how to report and what to do in your state. Other countries, guys, I don't know. If some of you, my Irish friends, my British friends, if you Canadian friends, if you guys want to put in the comments what you guys need to do in order to report things, please, I welcome that. Um, because I did this off the cuff, I didn't do any research about that, and I apologize. But if you guys know for sure, please let us know down in the comments. So I'm just gonna close this up with saying, mm, this is tragic and it's heartbreaking. And we all knew he was a monster. He's a demon. And I hope this tears the Duggar Empire down because they are vile. And those poor children, all of these kids involved, each of these, 100 kids that she's got, they have the mother Duggar, I can't think of her name. They all have kids. How many kids did Josh hurt? His nieces, his nephews, his own kids. I mean, family's not going to stop him, obviously, because he did it to his own sisters. How many victims? How many? And how many of you church elders helped him get away with it? All right, guys, go check out Thorn. Download the VAP in your area. This is bad, and I hope that some good comes out of it. But until then, guys, if you pray. If good thoughts, whatever you guys do, think about all of those kids involved, all of those kids, because we don't know the cycle of abuse and how far it's gone up. All right, bye for now.